The following is a presentation of TFNN, The Trader's Edge, with your host, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to the September 3rd terrific Tuesday edition of today's Opening Bell on The Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and I absolutely treasure your presence here today. My outcome, as always, is to help you to become a better money master and to provide you with the tools that each of us need in order to lead an inspired life. Because leading an inspired life, folks, that truly is what it's all about. Hope everybody out there had a great Labor Day. It is Terrific Tuesday, so let's take a look at one of our rules out here. When you rule your mind, you rule your world. You know, great teachers down through the ages have described the importance of our mind and the importance of being a master over our thoughts. Buddha said, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. And each of us has the most incredible tool, the power to alter the attitudes of our mind. Maybe you, maybe I, maybe we can't control what comes in, but you most certainly can control what you do with your thoughts. Now, the best place to start each day is with a positive attitude, because positive thinkers can accomplish anything. Anything, folks. Zig Ziglar always said, your business is never really good or bad. It's either good or bad, right between your ears. You know, our thoughts, folks, are most assuredly things. Our thoughts are conceived in the mind, and they travel through time and space like ripples in a pond. And as we all know, ripples affect everything they touch. Our thoughts, they are our building blocks. The world we see is the one we have created with our thoughts. It's our mind that is the GC, the general contractor. It is Terrific Tuesday, folks. Rule your mind, and you will rule your world. Let's go check out the markets out here. Right now, we've got Dow futures up 103 points, trading out at 14,898. S&P futures up 15.5, trading at 1646. NASDAQ futures up 26 points, trading at 30.99. Russell 2000 leading the charge to the upside, up 13 points or so. We've got, let's see here. Okay, great. We've got gold is up $3. Silver up almost 4% this morning, up 92 cents, trading out at $24.40. Light sweet crude off a tad, down 20 cents. If we take a peek around the globe, over in Asia last night, big move out there. The Nikkei up 405 points. That was up 3%. Hang Seng up 220 points, up a full percentage point. Shanghai also up a little over 1%, up 25 points. Over in Europe right now, a slightly red. You've got the FTSE down 5 points, so we got a flat market over there. The DAX off 24 points. Our call number is 877-927-6648. If you give us a call, we can take a look at your stock chart. Let's start off with these markets here. Let's take a look at the EKG of the ES Mini out here of the S&P futures. And if you are watching us on TigerTV, what you can see on my screen here is the 30-minute chart. If you're listening on the radio or your mobile device at tfnn.mobi, thanks so much for doing that. Remember, you can catch live stream of this show by going to the homepage of tfnn.com. Over on the right-hand side, you'll see a button that you can click on. It's got three little smartphone devices. This show will stream live. Of course, the archive is on Channel 9. Now, as we take a look at the EKG, you're going to see a pattern that is up on my screen here that would complete at the 1657 level. That's a Gartley sell pattern. It's got beautiful Fibonacci numbers. In fact, if we take a look at really the time frame where the ES Mini started to really break down, that was at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 to 3:30, 2:30-ish, when John Kerry came out and was talking about what role the U.S. needed to play in the Syrian issue. And that's when the market really started moving downward. Now, if we go back just slightly before that, at the time frame here on the ES Mini would take us to the noontime. This is on August the 26th. That price level is 1667.50. That's the high that was made. If you go from that high all the way down to the low that came in here at about 10 o'clock in the morning on August the 28th, if you take your Fibonacci retracement ruler, which you'll have the 0.382, 0.618, and 0.786. Some of you may use the 50% level. I only use those three floors, so 382, 618, and 786. You will see right around the 1657 level where you'll see the 0.786 retracement show up. What we also have is if you go from the high, little swing point here of an A to B equals CD up, that took place, it looks like at about 2 o'clock in the morning, right around the 1645 level. If you go from that high down to the low that was put in on Friday, when I say the low tick that we saw on Friday down around the 16.25.50 level. If you take an expansion of that, so if you take the difference, multiply that times 1.618, add that to the 16.25 level, that's what will take you up to 16.57. That's what looks like is the next pattern that should complete on the intraday chart, on the 30-minute chart out here. As we take a look at the overbought, oversold level here, you can see even with this move up here this morning, the market is neither overbought nor oversold. That says it's got room to run up to the 1657 level. That's what I suspect we will see take place. Then the key is going to be what is that retracement once price gets up there. So it's about another 10 points. So looks like a pretty strong day in the markets. One of the other things that we need to pay attention to today, two things, really. Net advancing issues. I don't believe that that's going to be an issue unless we just see a total pop and drop. And I don't see that coming as of yet as we'll take a look at the currency market. So when the price gets up into that 1657 level, right now my assumption is we'll see that relative strength indicator move towards the overbought condition. That will need to work its way off. What will be key is with the retracement, okay? Because when you get to an overbought condition, you're either going to move sideways to work off that status, or you're going to go ahead and pull back. And so it's going to be that pattern that we're going to be paying attention to. But today, if you have more than 1,145 net advancing issues, which really shouldn't be a problem if this market trades the way that I suspect that it will, that will say that the bulls have actually taken control of the ball, something that hasn't happened for over a month right now. That'll be one element that we need to look at. The second element, though, and perhaps more serious, is going to be that VIX index. So we'll see then the number there that we're going to be paying attention to, somewhere around the 1458-ish level. We'll look at that chart here in a few moments, because that is the 50-day exponential moving average out there. Let's go take a look at the larger charts out here. Let's go take a look at the NASDAQ futures right now. Let's go see what the NASDAQ futures are doing here. You know, the NASDAQ futures, we take a look at the swing point from May 22nd out here, that high, 30.53.50. And that level here has held. We saw a test of that area, got down to 30.52.50 on August the 27th. Had a wide-ranging bar coming down there, but still held. So it's still in the upper part of the range. We saw that same thing take place on August the 28th. It got down to 30.56, so it didn't really test the 30.53.50 area, but close enough for me. Key here inside the NASDAQ futures, inside the NQ, is going to be a close above that August 27th open, which is at 31.23.50 out there. Let's go to Ed in Tampa. Ed, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you this morning?
Hey, how you doing today, sir?
I am doing just great. You wanted to take a look at Nokia. You had Microsoft is buying out Nokia. Are you a holder of Nokia stock, or?
No, I've been following it for some time now, and I saw that it went up to about 4.2, and I don't know how much more room it has left to run.
Well, you've got Microsoft buying them out. Let me see if I can find some of the details on this. Let me pull up another screen. So give me a moment here. So it may have its run as we speak right now. Oh, where is this on my screen here? Give me a moment to try to pull this up. So you've held it for quite some time. Is that what you're saying?
A little while, yes, sir. And well, the issue is that the total number I'm seeing is they bought it for $7.2 billion, but I don't know what that breaks down to per share.
Yeah, well, I would say that probably right now where it's trading is the likely spot, which is about $5.49. Let's go pull the stock chart up itself. NOK is the ticker symbol, and is that going to put you in a good position at the $5.42 level?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, good. Okay, all right. Well, then that's a nice way to wake up, isn't it?
Yes. Well, I heard the news over the weekend. I just wanted to double check and see what you thought.
Yeah, so it is a $7 billion deal. I don't know what that equates to. Usually the market is trading, at or near that level. So probably $5.42 is the number that you're going to get out of it. So it sounds like a good deal.
Well, thanks so much, man. I appreciate your talking with me.
Hey, no problem. Thanks so much for calling, Ed.
Have a great day.
All righty. Hopefully some other folks out there have got Nokia. In fact, I'll go put that chart back up on the screen out here. Don't know if there was really any indication inside this equity if if that's the deal that was going to take place. But if we do take a look at Nokia, it did close out at 387 on Friday. Again, trading out right now at about 542 over the swing point here from January 23rd. But a good deal there for Ed. Nope. A good deal for any of you that are holding on to Nokia. The ticker symbol there is NOK. If we take a look at what else is moving here in the pre-market, we've got Apple. Looks like they're leading the charge dollar-wise to the upside. They closed at 487. They're going to trade out at 492 when it opens up here this morning. So that's up about, 487 for about $5 or so out there, if my math. Tesla, that's on the move as well. They closed at 169. Their last trade firing off at 173. Rio Tinto Mines, RIO is the ticker symbol. They closed at 45.11. They're trading out at 47.86. You've got, let's see here, what else? Silver, of course. To the downside, you've got Verizon Communication, Verizon Vodafone. Looks like they are coming together. So the big mover to the downside looks like it's going to be Cytokinetics. They closed at 1047. Looks like they're trading down at about $8.51. 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or TigerTV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. With the launch of TigerTV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With TigerTV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pezzamento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
TFNN has just announced our first ever virtual trading competition, and we're giving away $10,000 in cash prizes, and it's free to enter. Sign up by Thursday, September 5th at noon Eastern, and the trading competition will take place the following week, Monday, September 9th, with first place winning $3,000. Don't delay, as you won't be able to register once the competition begins. Sign up now and reserve your spot in TFNN's $10,000 virtual trading competition. To sign up and for all the details, log on to TFNN.com.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks, and it's a beautiful morning here, coming to you actually from Snowmass, Colorado, looking out over the beautiful mountains, all the green ski lifts, of course, this morning here. So it's a nice early start to the day. Hope all of you had a fantastic Labor Day holiday out there, and we're getting ready to go back to work here in these markets. Now, I mentioned earlier the VIX index, and so we want to be paying close attention to that. It closed out on Friday at 1701. If you're watching us on Tiger TV, you can see that blue squiggly line going across the upper portion of my screen. That is the VIX index. That is the 50-day exponential moving average. That's the upper portion of the screen. Right now, you can see that's at about $14.58 is the exact number. If we see the VIX index get below that, so I'm assuming here today that what we're going to see is we're going to see a nice counter-trend rally, at least the beginning of a nice counter-trend rally in the market out here. That being the case here, what we also want to be paying attention to is where does the VIX trade? Because if it gets down below the 50-day exponential moving average, if you take a look at the lower portion of my screen, that is actually the S&P 500. So as we take a look at that, you can see that each time the VIX gets below the 50-day exponential moving average, you see a nice move in the market. And that's what could be unfolding here as well. And all we have to do is go take a look at where the market has moved from and to. So if we take a look at the, let's take a look at the Dow, actually. Let's look at the Dow Jones Index out here, because this is going to be the key, because this has been the weak link, and it's from the weak link that we're really going to understand what is going on inside these markets. So with regard to now, if we take this, I'm going to take this chart back quite a ways. We're going to go back into the lows of November of 2012, and you can see the red diagonal trend line out there, which the Dow closed. Now, when a trend is broken, what will happen? Oftentimes what happens, and more often than not. So, I don't have the probability. I just know that it's a high probability. When you break a trend line, a market will go back and try to get inside that trend. It will at least test it. And that's one thing that Dow has not done. When it broke that trend line, it actually broke the trend line back on August the 16th. And then just simply went down and paid a visit to the June 24th level. So we know that the Dow, which is the weakest, has gotten down to the June 24th level. It's tested the highs, has not tested the lows. It closed inside there on one trading session, which was on August the 27th. Got back above that number. By the way, that number, the June 24th high, is 14,795.79 out there. Closed out on Friday at 14,810. So we've seen a couple of tests of that level. Now, the question is this counter-trend rally going to take us all the way back up to the trend line, which will be one heck of a move? If we take a look at coming off of the high here, which was on August the 2nd, so we'll come from the August 2nd high, which was at 15,658.43, all the way down to the low. We'll use the Friday low out here. The 0.382 retracement, just the dead cat bounce alone, will take it at 15,104. But quite frankly, if you get a close above the August 27th candle, which is 14,939.25, folks, that'll actually suggest a change in trend here, the change in trend which we have to the downside. So 15,104 would be your 0.382 retracement. But as you know, low, it is that sweet 618. That is the normal move inside any market. That would take you up to 15,000, right around 15,316, which would most likely, somewhere in that area, somewhere in that range, would be a test of that trend line. So what's going to drive that? What will drive that determination as to whether this is nothing more than a quick dead cat bounce in the 15,104-ish level? Another 200 points above where it closed. So right now you got the Dow futures up 100 points or so out there. So another big day. And actually, when you take a look at this, all this is really making sense with regard to what we're seeing inside the market. Well, we took a look at the shorter-term charts inside the ES Mini, also the longer-term charts, the daily chart. We haven't looked at that yet. But all that supports one large counter-trend rally that we see inside the market out here. So we know what to be paying attention to today as these markets open. Those are the levels. If we go take a look at the our favorite currency pair, my favorite currency pair, that is the euro-yen. So let's go peek in and see what the euro-yen is doing. The time frame here that we're going to look at is the 120-minute chart. We'll go back and take a look at the daily chart here maybe during the rest of the show. It looks to me like the euro-yen, as it got up into the high out here at 7 o'clock this morning, it got into a overbought condition. It just simply worked its way off. That was actually yesterday, I should say. It has done nothing more than just move sideways to work that off. It's really setting up an A to B equals CD up as well. That will drive the markets higher also. 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. We get back. We're going to go take a look at the metals market. Gold trading up right now at $14.02. That's up $6. But silver, hi-ho silver, up 97 cents. We'll be right back, folks.
Yeah, we'll look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. With the stock market flirting with all-time highs and volatility back, now is the perfect time for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights. On Monday, June 24th, Tom O'Brien closed out all 5 open positions in his daily newsletter, Market Insights, with all trades being profitable and ranging from a 2.23% gain all the way to more than an 11% gain in just one position, for an incredible 32.7% profit combined between the 5 trades. Let Tom O'Brien's years of market experience work for you. If you'd like to see for yourself what kind of trading newsletter Tom O'Brien delivers to his clients each morning, then now is a perfect time to sign up for a 2-week free trial to his daily newsletter, Market Insights. In a volatile market like we currently have, the potential for fast market moves like we've seen recently is a trader's dream. So don't wait any longer. Sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today at the front page of TFNN.com. Andy Hecht, the host of the Commodities Hour, recently launched his newsletter service, the Technomental Commodity Report, and only 6 weeks in, Andy has already recorded a triple-digit winner. Andy advised his subscribers to purchase a long-term call option at 46 cents on July 11th, and then sent out a special update Friday, August 16th, advising his subscribers to close that position at $1.40. That's a 204% profit in just 5 weeks. The Technomental Commodity Report by Andy Hecht is released each Thursday morning, and right now you can get a month-long free trial to this subscription while locking in the low introductory rate of only $39 a month. Andy Hecht has been a commodities trader for over 3 decades. Let his experience work for you. Sign up for your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report today at TFNN.com. TFNN is having an open house in the Tiger's Den for 2 weeks, and the best part is that everyone is invited and you just have to be a member at TFNN. The open house in the Tiger's Den has already begun and will last through our week-long virtual trading competition, which ends September 13th. Use this time to exchange trading ideas with other traders in the virtual chat room and discuss trading strategy while gaining high-definition access to all TFNN hosts' charts and screens during their live daily programs. If you're not already a member at TFNN, then the easiest way to become a member is by simply signing up for our $10,000 virtual trading competition, and the rest takes care of itself. In order to register for TFNN's virtual trading competition, you have to sign up by Thursday, September 5th at noon, and that's right around the corner. So don't wait and sign up now. For all the information and to fill out your entry, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN's open house in the Tiger's Den for 2 weeks only, ending September 13th. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
And we're off to the races. We got the Dow up 101 points, trade out at 14,911. S&P up 16 at 1649. The composite, NASDAQ composite up 42. That's trading out at 3632. Russell 2000, the leader in the clubhouse, up 1 3/10%, up 13 points at 1024. Apple up $7 and change. Microsoft up $1.60. Google up $13 and change. Google leading the charge, the upside. Right behind them, you've got Apple. Then Amazon up $5.60. Tesla up $3.50, Netflix up $2.74, Goldman Sachs up $3 and change. You've got Rio Tinto up about $3 right now. To the downside, Murphy Oil Corp down 12.5%. Ticker symbol on that is MUR. Cytokinetics. CYTK, that's off 18%. That's down $1.92. Verizon up $1.80. You've got Microsoft, as I said, down $1.53 right now. Our call number 877-927-6648. Folks, if you have not had a chance, remember, today's September 3rd, and the door closes on Thursday, 12 noon, for our TFNN virtual trading competition. Now, you absolutely want to go sign up for this event. If you haven't had a chance to do that, please do that right now. If you hear my voice, there's going to be 10 overall winners that are going to receive cash prizes up to $3,000. Another 10 runner-ups are going to receive the best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, autographed by Tom O'Brien. Each day, 5 random winners, just simply for placing a trade, going to receive $100 each. Doesn't matter whether the trade is a winning or a losing trade out there. Again, you must sign up by Thursday, September 5th at 12 noon. If it's at 12:01, you can't call the office at TFNN and ask them to add you into the system. It's a automated thing. It'll cut off, so do that right now. Also, this evening at 6:30, Tom is going to be good enough to, he's going to be, what a working man he is. He's going to be hosting a 1-hour workshop this evening from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. For all of you, that are already members, because you have a TFNN members page. If you've signed up for anything in the past, you're automatically invited to sign up, or you're automatically invited to attend Tom's workshop tonight. Number one, one or two. You also have access to the Tiger's Den. Now, folks, the Tiger's Den, it is an incredible environment. It's the whole key to being able to take yourself to the next level is always by surrounding yourself with a peer group. And there's no better peer group than the Tiger's Den. Each of you who do have a TFNN sign-in, you automatically are invited for the next couple of weeks to participate in the Tiger's Den. So you can do that. You can have that on your screen. Even if you're at work all day, you can be watching trade setups and things that are inside there. Tom will be reviewing tonight how to trade the S&P 500 in both directions, how to utilize the Nadex platform. That's what's being used during this trading, during our virtual trading competition. So please do yourself a favor. Get over to the homepage at TFNN.com. If you didn't get a chance to do it before this moment. Please do it right now. Let's go check out some of these equities here that are popping and dropping. We're going to go take a look at MUR, which is Murphy Oil Corp. That's down about 12.5%. So let me get over to you know what, we'll come back to Murphy Oil. I mentioned that before we went into the break, we would take a look at gold and silver. So I want to go ahead and do that for you. Now, if we do take a look at gold traded down to the 0.382 retracement level, got down to 1373.60, 1372. Would have been the 0.382 of just simply the last leg up, the C to D leg. That would be coming off of the August 7th level at 1271 up to the high that was put in about 4 trading days ago. Well, on August the 28th. That high out there was at 1434. So it's made the normal move. A normal move of this leg here is just simply that dead cat bounce at 0.382 level. So it did that. I still believe that we will see gold trade a bit lower out here. It has worked off that overbought condition that was accompanied by the move into the August 28th time frame. We'll see if as far as volume behind the move so far today, 127,000 contracts up at the August 28th level. That had 160, so it should at least move up and test that area, which would be 1413 to 1434. Right now, it's trading out at 1401. If we take a look at silver. Silver really doing the same thing. Silver, again, here showing stronger, that it is stronger than gold. If you take a look at coming off the same swing point low, that's the C point that formed on August the 7th up to the high that was put in as it got up to the 200-day exponential moving average. That was on August the 28th. That pullback never made it to the 0.382 level, which is at 2280. But it is still in that overbought territory, utilizing that 14-period relative strength indicator out there. It's trading out at 24.47. I don't know that this is really the next move up in silver. As long as we're over in this area, let's take a look at the light sweet crude here. Light sweet crude still trading in that 7-point consolidation range, anywhere from the 109.50 level down to 102.96, 103 we'll call it. Got down to a low here. Tagged the 50-day exponential moving average earlier. Got down to a low of 104.21. If we take a look at bonds, let's go see what the 30-year Treasury is doing. That's making a deeper retracement here. That is already back into the swing point from August 22nd. We'll see if it's likely it's going to go back now and test that area because it is beyond the 0.786 retracement, which would have been 130.21. And that's after just simply a small move to work off that oversold condition that was accompanied with the move down on August the 19th. Bonds here, though, if you take a look at this stock chart, this is a doozy because this is the 30-year consolidation range that it has been, the 30-year. This is the consolidation range that has been traveling in for a couple of years, going back to August of 2011. And it has broken that. It has tested it, just like we were taking a look at the Dow coming back and testing the trend line. So whether it's a trend line, whether it's a consolidation area, the markets always do the same thing. You break a consolidation, you break a trend line. It likes to go back and test that area. Inside the 30-year Treasury, it has tested it and has rejected it on 3 occasions. And that's really all that you need are 3 tests of that area. And that sets up a run down to about the 117-ish area inside the 30-year. Would love to see it actually have formed an A to B equals CD up. That would have tested that 135 level, but that is not the pattern that is in place right now. You take what you get. If we take a look at natural gas here, natural gas up at the 0.786 retracement off of its last swing point high to low, which would take you from the July 18th level. And that was out at 383 down to the low, down to that key reversal session that was put in on August the 8th. 3.68 is the 0.786. It got up to a level of 3.68. Got to love that. So we'll see. Now, we really have not seen any bears inside of natural gas at all since the move, since that key reversal session on August the 8th. Now let's go check in on some of these other stocks here that are popping and dropping. There we go. Let's go with the show down here. So Murphy Oil is the first one that we're going to take a look at. MUR is the ticker symbol. Now, before it actually comes up on my screen, what's the likelihood that this is going to be trading down into a high volume area? What do you think, folks? Let's go see if we can go find some high-volume bars out here. So as we take a look at Murphy Oil, you've got a high-volume bar that was a breakout level, takes you back to October 3rd, 2012. Take a look at that little breakout session. You had wide price spread, accelerated volume. The low of that bar is 54.78. The high of the bar is at 58.65. It's trading right now at 58.57. So it has fallen down to the level where it should. But this, folks, if we take a look at this, so far today we've got volume out of this of 247,000 shares. That breakout session that is coming back into from October 3rd, 7.8 million shares. So volume not too... Let's see, we've been trading for, 12 minutes, 5 minutes and 248,000 shares. Really not too bad out there. We'll see if this level can hold. I'm going to pull this back a little bit further out here. So we'll see, it's coming back to an original breakout area. Or a recent breakout area that takes you back into October of 2012. We'll see if, in fact, that level can hold. I can see here a little hammer candle that was right down here at the trading session of April the 17th. That also had volume of 3.4 million shares. The low of that is 58.96. Trading below that at the moment. That is on Murphy Oil. Let me see what else we've got trading here to the downside for the moment. That is not a direction share. Let's take a look at Cytokinetics. CYTK is the ticker symbol. Let's go see what that is doing, CYTK. Let's go see what this is doing. So this is gap down with some volume. Let me refresh this screen out here, see what we've got, because there we go. Now we're taking a look at it. So this thing here is coming down to an area where it originally had broken out of. That was down on the trading day of June the 11th, 2013. That was at about a level of $7.08. Now, when it broke out, that first breakout was on volume of 1 million shares, but this morning here it's already done 971,000 shares. So this thing here is basically confirmed an A to B equals CD down. Let's go take a look at where that price projection would be. Our A point on this is going to be the swing point high, looks like, of July the 12th, 1428. Your B point, which it broke this morning by gapping through it with volume. The volume on that B point, 598,000 shares, and that was on August the 8th. So we can see that the 1-to-1 on this will take you into the $7.40 level. I suspect that it will more likely move down to probably about the $4.66 range. It's at $8.56 right now, so that's another $4 down. 740 is your 1-to-1. The 1.272 is 619, and 466 is your 1.618. With your 1.618, A to B equals CD down. That was to the downside. Let me see what else we've got to the downside out here on a day when you've got the Dow up 108 points. And we'll go back and take a look at the index charts here in a moment. Let's go take a look and see what kind of damage is being done here to Microsoft. Let me go over into my core charts and take a look at Microsoft, see what kind of volume behind the move there. Microsoft buying out Nokia. Microsoft trading down right now. It has been a fairly strong-looking stock. Let me give me a moment here. We had that move up from the retirement announcement of Steve Ballmer. It's come all the way back to that level here this morning. That announcement coming in on the trading session of August the 23rd out there had big volume. Up at that level, of course, what that was doing was coming into the area where it had broken down. So it looks like what Microsoft is going to do is now consolidate. And it's going to consolidate in between the range. Looks to me like about $35.22. That happens to be approximately the high. $35.20 was the high on August the 23rd. And it looks like the low of this consolidation is going to end up being this 200-period exponential moving average, as well as the low of July 19th, that high-volume bar. Today may actually test that level. 31.02 is the low. So far we've seen a low of 31.65. Volume today, 31 million shares so far out of Microsoft. It looks more like a sideways consolidation move at the moment, unless this thing can really pick up some steam, get below 32.40, do it on more than 248 million shares, then that would set up an A to B equals CD down. But volume today, 31 million shares, I suspect we'll see a lot of the volume here during that first 30 minutes of trading. It is back to work, but volume should still be light here on Tuesday. And so that's another thing when we take a look at the bounce or the counter trend rally that is set up inside the market. There's probably not going to be a ton of volume behind the move. Let's go take a look at the ETF structures here. Let's take a look at, see what's going on in the 5-minute windows for each of these as we speak right now. Then we'll go take a look at the daily chart. So let's take a look at the Dow Diamonds as they have moved higher here. The DIA, which is the ETF for the Dow. Give me a moment here for this chart to update. And we'll go ahead and expand this. So we had the Dow Diamonds punch up this morning. First 5 minutes of trading, 930, 935, 222,000 shares. Then it dropped off 113,000 shares. In that last 5-minute session, which was still 945, a drop of even lower, 92,000 shares. Now, it's not as if we're seeing volume move down here, but we're not seeing a ton of enthusiasm in this nice little counter trend rally that we've got that's going on. And that is in the Dow. Now, that's the weak link. Let's go take a look at the IWM because that has been the strong hands out here. And that IWM had moved up this morning, the first 930 to 935 session, 1.8 million shares. The very next session where it's made its intraday high thus far, 1.2 million shares, so not too bad out there. Then 1 million shares here at 945, and we've got another 2 minutes left in this trading session, about 511,000 shares. So volume starting to become a little bit light. Now, if you take a look at this wide price range bar here at the open, of course, the wide price range would really have to go from the close of the session on Friday. You'd have to paint that in. But right now, we'll just focus on the actual bar. This gapped up and it opened at 101.84. You can see 3 small-bodied candles here. So strength inside the market is suggesting that all that it's doing is just garnering up some energy to actually move higher, so long as it doesn't get below the 101.84 level, and that is inside the IWM. If we go take a look at what's going on around the world here, let's take a look at the Nikkei. Now, in the Nikkei, there's 2 competing patterns that are out here. There's the smaller pattern, which is the 0.618 Gartley buy pattern, and that in essence completed on the trading session of August the 20th. And then what we saw the Nikkei do is really just bounce around in there. It had a nice 1.272 expansion. That is the lighter blue shaded area if you're watching my screen of the Nikkei, and that's the smaller pattern. Now, that smaller pattern, and that what I don't know just yet is if that, as the real buy is the larger one that is out there. But what we'll see here inside the Nikkei, it has already made its way to the 0.382 retracement. The Nikkei should head to the 14,279 to 14,575 level. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Check Just recently, Basil subscribers closed down a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page of TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
On Wednesday, August 14th and Thursday, August 15th, Tom O'Brien advised his Gold Report subscribers to close out 6 of their 9 open positions, all winning trades ranging from a 10.6% profit to an incredible 48% profit in just one equity. And all 6 of those winning trades had been initiated no earlier than just the previous month. With the 600th weekly Gold Report issue fast approaching, Tom O'Brien brings an incredible wealth of knowledge and experience to the gold market and the equities within the industry. That's almost 12 years since this powerful newsletter first began, and right now you can get a 30-day free trial to the Gold Report by visiting TFNN.com. Make sure you're a subscriber, as this volatile gold market provides trading opportunities after declining all the way from $1,900 to under $1,200 an ounce in only 2 years. Get your 30-day free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting TFNN.com.
Catch the Money Masters as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. Next on TFNN.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks, and we're all looking forward to you being together with us as we kick off our TFNN virtual trading competition. You've got to sign up by Thursday at 5 p.m. That is this Thursday, September 5th, not 5 p.m., 12 noon. Boy, we erase that from the archive. So 12 noon is the time frame that you've got to sign up for it. Do it today, please. It's going to be an incredible competition, great prizes and awards out there. And don't forget, tonight from 6:30 to 7:30, Tom will be doing a 1-hour free workshop. Look, if you're not, and you're out, if you are a Tiger, if you're already signed up with us at TFNN, then you're automatic. It's just on your members page, so entry into the workshop, it's automatically there. If you are not signed up, the easiest way to do it is go to the homepage of TFNN.com and just sign up for the virtual trading competition that we have. It'll take you about 15, 20 seconds total. That's the easiest way to sign up. You'll be entered into the Tiger's Den as well, so you've got the Tiger's Den use for the next couple of weeks. Right now, we've got the Dow is up 100 points, trading out at 14,910. S&P is up about 16 at 1648. Now, net advancing issues, we have 1,700 today. All that's needed in order for the bulls to take control of the market is 1,145, so we're at 1,713. Now, the S&P volatility index, the VIX index, is down 55 cents, trading out at 1646. But the magic number there, in order for this to be a market that's ready for its next leg up, is going to be somewhere around the 1458 level. So we can see that what really, when you take a look at these two divergences at the moment, nothing more than a nice little counter-trend rally. Today should be a light volume day. This is a counter-trend rally that could last longer than today. Targets that I'm looking at, as we kicked the show off a bit earlier, we were looking at our 30-minute chart on the ES. Let me go back to that. Pay attention to this area. This we were showing a chart pattern of about, 1657, I believe. Give me a moment to find that. Sorry, here doing the show from Snowmass out in Colorado, and so I've got a smaller screen that I'm working with. So 1657 on the ES Mini is really the target area that I'm looking at right now. That's trading at 1647. So we'll see if it can get enough energy, enough oomph to get up and go. Of course, right now, a lot of energy at the open. So a market that simply moves sideways or pulls back, chops around here, is doing nothing and working off a little bit of a quick early overbought condition on more of the intraday charts, more than just the 30-minute chart out here. So I do expect that we will see a move up to about that 1657 level, and we're going to want to pay attention to the VIX. If we take a look at the Dow, is also really what we're going to be focusing on, because that has been the weak link out there. So it's going to be the Dow and really the Russell 2000 that we want to pay attention to. When we come back for the 10 to 11 o'clock show out here, we'll go take a look at the indexes more closely and the ETF structures. But if we go take a look at the index here, that's the VIX. But let's go take a look at the Dow. This is going to be key on the Dow. The number today to be paying attention to is 14,939.25. So far, it has been up to 14,933.35, but a close above 14,939.25. And I do believe, folks, that what we will see is not just 15,104, which is the dead cat bounce inside the Dow, but very likely we will see a move up to test the trend line, which could be right around the 15,003 level out there. So we've got the parameters that we're looking for. It looks to me like the Bulls are going to take control of the ball, but all that we're seeing unfold here so far today is a counter-trend rally. Thanks so much for being here. Folks, always remember this. You have an amazing power within yourself, and that power is so strong, it'll create a life of abundance. It'll cure incurable diseases, but most of all, folks, it creates fantastic, loving families. Thanks so much for being a part of the TFN family. Have a great Tuesday. Look forward to seeing you soon. Take care,
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
What's the one thing that pulls people back from the breakthrough that they're moving towards? What's the only thing that really stops people from taking action? You and I both know the answer, and sure, we can come up with the reasons why we're not where we want to be, but the only reason that we don't do more with our life is fear. Or if you're an overachiever, call it stress. Simply put, there's something that happened to us in our past that's holding us back from the life we deserve, yet you and I are okay, we're here. So why should we let our past control our future? Exactly. We shouldn't. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes with TFNN.com, and when it comes to your trading and investing, I can help you overcome your fear of loss. Together, we'll turn weakness into strength with a system I've developed called Mastering Probability. I'll teach you how to make your money work harder for you than you do for it. I'll teach you the tools that provide financial freedom. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com, click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and begin your journey of mastering probability risk-free. It's time to become a pioneer of your future versus a prisoner of your past.